So hey guys, I think we should watch a trailer. Guys, we should watch. Guys,
it was just
I think we should watch the trailer for each of the films.
Yeah, that's good.
They're just as popular now.
Interesting fact about that. When it debuts, the first episode
it was not a drug deal.
Will be the most expensive episode.
Can I make some mouth noises?
Oh, yes.
I really want that Krispy Kreme right now.
You're not in it.
Oh, Chris, if you
Krispy Kremes.
open up your legs.
Oh, wow.
A little vulnerable here.
That's a bit odd.
I'm just saying it like it is.
Yeah. Welcome, everyone.
To the Geeks and Movies podcast.
Ooh.
We got 3 special guests this episode. We got Noah, Sawyer, and Tim. The long-awaited arrival of Tim we've talked about on this podcast before.
I'm here now, yeah.
Finally. Awesome.
Because we're at where you live.
Here I am. Oh,
yeah, different location.
Welcome to my house.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is a special episode that we're going to do.
It's Ben's birthday!
Alright, so it's my birthday. And kind of what I want to do is just get everybody in here to pick one of their favorite movies, and we'll just show them, share it to everyone, and we're going to choose one to do a review tonight on. Sawyer?
Favorite film,
If I'm honest, I haven't seen it. It's called From Up on Poppy Hill.
I have, and it's brilliant. It's amazing.
I liked it. And good choice.
I want to see it. I want to see these other movies.
Okay, Chris.
It's probably about World War I.
It's not my favorite film at all. I just thought it would be really fun and appropriate for tonight. The A-Team.
The A-Team.
Okay.
Tim.
This is one of my favorite films of all time because
really
it's by one of my favorite studios of all time, Studio Ojibwe. It's Howl's Moving Castle.
Wow. I haven't seen this one, have I?
I don't have like a picture.
I don't think I've seen that one, but I've definitely seen that.
God.
Okay, here we go. I wouldn't consider this one of my favorites, but it's in my really, really good list. And that's Brothers.
Wow.
Natalie Portman!
Pretty much. No, but
Yeah.
I named my car Natalie
That's
after
all I
Natalie
can
Portman,
say.
by the way.
So, I know Noah's movie already, and I know that Noah's movie actually doesn't come out until 4 days from now.
This is illegal?
So how did he
It's
get
not. It's not illegal.
It comes out in
It's out somewhere in the world.
Canada in 4 days. It's already out in the States.
Is it?
Wait a
I
second.
think.
Well, I'm calling the police
Okay,
right now.
wait. And Noah, what is your movie?
My movie is The Legend of Tarzan.
Bravo.
It was already.
Yeah. See what I did there?
Yeah, I did not know that.
So let's watch it. The Legend of Tarzan.
He's Tarzan. You're Jane. He'll come for you.
So, we just finished watching Tarzan,
The
Legend of Tarzan.
Yep.
And,
You don't even got the name right.
well, sorry.
It was a dirty disc.
The
Lots of skipping.
entire movie, he thought it was Disney.
I didn't.
My mistake. Spoiler alert, you should have seen it already, but wasn't that great when the apes just murdered his dad? And then he's friends with
Just
him?
pounding on him.
Yeah, walloped.
The apes walloped on his dad.
That's how I want to go.
Quick disclaimer, we are outside for another new set with a live fire.
Tim's house outside.
Yeah, Tim's house outside. Hashtag Tim's house outside.
All right. I want to talk about the director. Because for me, I have found that it was very well put together. Yes, it was long,
David
but
Yates.
I also want to talk
Yeah,
about
who
the
was-
director, David Yates. He was also the one to do number 1 and number 2 of the Deathly Hallows for Harry Potter.
Didn't
And-
he do any more Harry Potter?
No, just those 2.
Oh, okay.
Just those 2.
Never seen it.
No, I know you guys probably
We
have.
almost got you the steelbooks for part 1.
You guys do
Shoot, should we have done that?
No, I want to get them all together because I found that the movie was very similar in comparison to the
It
directing.
felt like, yeah.
The directing felt the same almost, and it was weird because I've never actually felt like, besides J.J. Abrams with the lens flares and stuff, like this actually felt like the same.
He also did the Half-Blood Prince and the Order of the Phoenix.
Oh, so he's done 2 more.
And Sex Traffic.
Wow.
Spoiler alert.
With Deathly Hallows Part 1, I think more than Part 2, there's a darker tone to like the way that it looked.
Yeah.
I don't know, just the way that it looked, I really enjoyed it.
So when the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2 came out, I got a shaky cam rip from the UK where it came out first,
Yeah.
obviously, because they're British.
We
they have
both
to get it
watched
first.
that one, yeah.
There were scenes that were really dark on the rip that didn't show up on my laptop. Just like in this rip of Tarzan, there were scenes that I was like, why is it so dark? Like, why can't... I was like, oh my gosh, this guy did the Harry Potter movie that I stole. And I was like, I gotta stop stealing stuff from this guy because he just makes things
I don't
way
even
too
think
dark
it
on
was
screen.
like the rip that we got, that's just the
Oh,
final cut
okay,
of the
guys.
film.
The actress, what's her name?
Margot
Margot Robbie.
Margot
How did you guys
Robbie,
like
yeah.
her in this movie?
I think that she was amazing.
She was pretty good.
I
Yeah.
don't
good.
think she was
First time she wore
100% consistent with her accent.
She's
Yeah.
American.
She's American though.
Australian, though.
No,
in real
she-
life.
Yeah.
Is
So
she?
she was
I thought
probably
that she was from
American accent.
Brooklyn.
I know, but like
I'm really
it
interested
sounded
to
like
see
she
how
had
Jane-
just tinges of like what almost sounded like a British accent, like kind of
Yeah,
a little bit.
this is the first role that like I'm aware of that she's been in that she's like fully clothed
She's not been
and not
completely
sexualized.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
not
like,
just a piece
she
of
was
meat.
able to actually act without being completely naked on the
Which-
camera, which
and-
was great because I don't know.
After her
That's not what it's
film
about in
in
Hollywood.
Suicide Squad, she actually did say that she did not like being over sexualized in all these movies, especially Suicide Squad, where
Yeah.
she was like half naked half the time, and all these men would just stare at her. And she said
She
that
said
in an
she
interview.
didn't like that? That's strange.
Tim. Okay,
Yeah,
Samuel
yeah.
L. Jackson, supported character.
I thought he was gonna be a bad guy.
Honestly,
Okay, I want to hear this.
honestly, he seemed to be only useful at the end with that machine gun.
No. And when he sort of rescued Tarzan, but
Yeah,
sort of
sure.
not when he fell down.
He kind of forced
And what?
himself on the plot.
Did I miss
Yeah.
that part?
I think
No,
you were
but
first
yeah,
up
like when
on
they
it.
captured Tarzan at the beginning, and then he like came out like dual wheel, like shooting
Yeah.
like, the guys.
Okay, yeah. So those 2
Two,
points.
two
But other than that, I felt like he was the lowest lane of this movie.
It's Tarzan. You can't really like put a supporting character to Tarzan.
No.
Nobody's gonna help him. He is Tarzan.
No, but I felt like even
But-
for Samuel L. Jackson, this wasn't really a
Tarzan,
role for him.
Tarman.
Like I don't feel it
who
was very.
do you think would have done a better role? Do you think?
Wayne the Rock Johnson.
No.
I, on the contrary, think that Samuel L. Jackson validated the plot because of what was actually going on back that time because of like slavery
Yeah.
and stuff in the Congo. And so the only reason for them going there was because he was like, "Hey Tarzan, like we gotta go there." George Washington like said, "We gotta go." And his name was what, George Washington Williams?
Yeah.
Which is common for like a servant or someone in like the house of like the master to have that. That's why his name is that, right?
How do we like
doesn't do
him
anything. It's just
as the actual
Really?
actor for Tarzan?
Why do they have it?
George God.
I think he was pretty good.
I think it was.
I don't think I've seen him in anything.
I don't
he
think
hasn't really done anything. He's been like side characters and things. I think the only other thing I've seen him in is Straw Dogs.
I think
and
he's
that's not a
starting
good
to
thing.
pick up steam now. I got since this. I've
This
heard
movie.
more and more movies.
I think he's kind of limited to his roles though because of what his hands do. That's kind of
How about let's all go around and kind of just say one thing that we really enjoyed or didn't like about the movie, Chris. And
wait. Can we just go like?
Chris,
yeah,
just
no,
one
and
thing,
but like
right?
as we go around, like you're gonna give a rating out of 10.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
IMDb is a 6.4 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes is 36%, and Roger Ebert. Does anyone know that?
No.
Give it a 2 out of 4, so that's 50.
Rotten Tomatoes doesn't matter though.
Yeah.
Like their rating,
don't
it's just
trust them.
it's a
From my
compilation of a
understanding,
bunch
it's
of
just-
different
Movies get
ratings.
certified fresh. They're supposed to.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It's subjective whether
All
movies
right,
are good.
Noah.
You can't trust Rotten
All right,
Tomatoes.
Noah, thank you for starting us off. What's one thing you liked, you didn't, and
Oh, I have to choose something I didn't like.
what did you rate it as?
Oh, well, I was kind of disappointed that they didn't like
Have a cheetah.
show us like in person him doing his like call. Like it was always
Yeah.
just like
It was
in the
always
jungle, but I wanted to see
True.
him like swinging on a vine and then like show him like
Maybe
doing
he
it.
was too embarrassed to do it on film or something.
Yeah, maybe he
It's
looks
like-
like
Maybe
a
it
really
wasn't
shy
actually him
character.
doing it, and like they just got some guy.
No,
I hear it is.
don't
I
break
hear it was him,
facade for me. He did it.
No.
Don't ruin this. He actually did that.
Okay, and your rating
Rating like
out of 10.
an 8.
Solid 8. All right.
Sorry.
One thing I liked is how they really advanced on the story. Like after Happily Ever After, I really liked that. For like 8 years he spent in England. That was really cool. They expanded on what happened to him
like-
afterwards.
Yeah, they didn't start. It wasn't really an
Yeah.
origin story.
But more on that, what I didn't like is they made him really dark and depressing. After that, like my
Parents were
family was a
walloped
bunch
to
of
death.
apes.
and then those were his only friends.
I think it is kind of depressing.
Yeah,
Going
really-
from like such a great life in the jungle to like England.
Was it a great life though?
I don't know. He was happy at the end of the film,
Damon knows how
living
England
back
is
in the
never sunny.
jungle, right?
I'm gonna give it 7.
Okay.
So-
Lowball Chris over here. What are we gonna get?
I never said I didn't like the movie. I
Yeah, you
felt-
did.
No, I didn't.
I've
said-
seen these. You always
you said it was,
You always
uh,
accuse Chris of giving a low rating, and then you give a lower rating.
Yeah,
I'm not giving a low rating to this. I'm not
Here
giving a low
comes
rating.
the rain cloud gloomy Chris. And he's like, okay, a 7.5. You're like 4. I was like, wow.
Thank you, Tim.
No worries.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I watched
I was
this.
expressing to Ben before we watched this movie because I saw it in the theater. I went by myself. I really didn't know what to expect other than a little bit of the trailer, and it just caught me off guard how kind of like dark and gritty this movie was. Which this time around, okay, it wasn't quite as dark as I thought, but it was still.
But it's the same movie.
It's
How
still-
was it not just as dark?
You get something different the second time.
Yeah.
around. I wasn't focused on the same stuff.
So
Yeah.
you weren't
This time
paying-
I wasn't focused on the quality because it was so freaking hard to see anything.
So were you saying then the first time you watched it, you just weren't paying attention?
Visually impaired.
I don't know. I was.
Oh,
But like
okay.
first,
Well,
it just
visually
caught me off
impaired.
guard. What?
You said you weren't.
I couldn't see anything because it's in standard definition. No, I don't.
Yeah, in the dark parts, it
You
just, the
couldn't
screen
see
just went
anything.
black.
Like I mean, we all saw like at least something of the movie.
We could have got it
but,
with
like,
this Prime
anything at
Video.
all.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
You just watched nothing for an hour.
What way were you
I was
facing
just
on the
listening
couch?
to it.
You just looking at
What a horrible audiobook. It's
You're not
just
supposed to
him
stare at the
listening to the
projector
whole
light.
thing.
You get
Especially those parts where it just glitched for like a half second.
What's going on, guys?
I enjoy it, but it's. I think I'm probably done watching it for probably 2 years at least. I would have to give it a 7.4.
I feel like this movie was a bit hyped for me
Oh,
by this guy.
Yeah.
Because of Margot
By
Robbie.
this guy right here. I like Margot Robbie.
because of Harley
I love
Quinn
this
being-
movie.
I actually,
You liked her before.
I
she
wasn't
was
completely fond of her performance this time around.
Well, yeah.
Nor was I about Samuel L. Jackson. So those are sort of the two kind of
That's not,
Like-
their name's not on the title, man.
I know. So I didn't really like. I had a hard time liking Samuel L. Jackson in this movie. What I really liked was the train scene.
Yeah.
The fight
Just
one?
the fight,
Yeah.
just the guy. There's a little bit of humor too, but just a throwdown. This is personally, I don't know if any of you guys like it, but I really enjoyed the soundtrack. I like African music. I really do.
I did too. That's
At
kind of
the
I was a little
beginning-
mad at the end when it started to kind of glitch. I was like, they're singing because their child that they've been trying to have for like 9 years has finally come,
Yeah.
and the music kind of was glitching. I was like, oh, this is kind of frustrating, but
Just
Yeah.
like the
You,
next
you
day.
said you haven't seen the original one for like after.
For a long time.
You need to watch it purely for the soundtrack.
Yeah, Phil Collins.
Good.
Phil Collins. is
That's
like-
why you'll like Phil Collins.
That's why I like Phil Collins.
That's why I like.
You
Phil
don't
Collins.
have to.
I'll let you borrow my Blu-ray.
Dude, Son
Just
of
so you know
Man.
what I mean.
I remember
Camp.
bits and pieces.
You'll be in my heart.
Some
You'll
of
be
it-
in my
I was
heart.
kind of
Phil Collins.
disappointed that we didn't have a Trash in the Camp in this
Trash in the
movie.
Um,
I guess it wasn't the right tone.
Yeah,
So I knew I had us rating as soon as the movie ended. I'm gonna stick to it.
Yeah.
7.2.
Okay.
Here's the
I
story.
mean,
Yeah.
okay, one thing that really shot up my like already just general like positive feeling about the movie was when it shows like when they first like meet and he's like sniffing her and stuff like that and she's like she's like, oh no, Mr. Not today, wild man. Yeah, and then he runs away. Like he's been like fighting cheetahs and like killing people who killed his mom, who killed his dad, and then she's just like, no, not today, wild man.
He was embarrassed.
Yeah. Like he was like, oh.
He never met a girl before.
Yeah, he just didn't know what to do. So it was really funny because it was pretty innocent. You know, like it's not like he knew. It's not like if I walked up to like just a random.
He was like 18 in that scene. Like,
Yeah,
that's
and-
how old he's supposed to be
and
in
he-
that scene.
Yeah,
He was like 18.
Well, he looked really like airbrushed, and he looked a lot young. What I didn't like about the film was I couldn't tell where we were with the accents. I was like what's going on? Like I know it's in South Africa, but shouldn't it sound like Belgian or something like that? My overall rating of the movie, and this is just my general impression for it, because I didn't have any expectations when we went to go see it, is I give it a 9.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because
who gets a 9?
because okay.
Shawshank Redemption
And-
and two other movies.
So-
I actually
so
don't
listen.
give Shawshank.
So this is my reason why. There are so many movies that we have variations of or expectations for, and the only other, in my opinion, I feel is a valid version of this movie would be the Disney cartoon, and this is not by Disney. It's just an adaptation of Tarzan.
It's not by Disney.
Not even an adaptation; it's a continuation. Of the
It's
story.
it's a
Disney
continuation,
started,
and I think it shows a very real toll. A boy gets orphaned in the jungle. His mom dies of, I don't know. She
was
ran
sick.
She ran out of life, I guess. So yeah, I give it a 9 because I feel like there's not a lot of
Right up there
faults.
with Shawshank? That's
to-
crazy, dude.
I wouldn't give Shawshank a 9.
Neither would I.
It does have a 9.
Yeah, I know.
It
I
does,
know it
but
gets a
it's
9
just-
online.
Yeah, but that's also by other people.
There were a lot
And
of things
it's
I
like,
wouldn't give
some
Shawshank.
people who just like went on there. They're just like, I love Morgan Freeman. 10, 11. You
But
can't
yeah.
do an 11, but like some people
But yeah,
did that.
but yeah.
I love this movie. No.
I swear, if it's a 9.
No.
Start with the bad. Start with the bad.
Start with the bad. Alright, this time I could notice. I kind of noticed halfway through the very first time I watched in theaters, but this time it kind of got a little more to me. I do kind of agree with Kyle on this, but Samuel L. Jackson, like, I do believe he should have been in there, but something was a bit off this time again watching him. I don't know if it was some of his behavior or whatever. Like, he kind of like he was involved in a scene where he didn't really need to be. It's like when they're on the train and he's like, he shoots this guy's
You
ear
got
and
my
then
big
he's like,
earlobes there, son.
that wasn't a lucky shot, and he's like, oh, okay, I'm pretty sure like we
Tarzan
all
could
know
have
that
handled that.
because like
Would it be funny?
Tarzan
if you
kind of
still-
just handled everything. You kind of threw your like 10 cents in. So I give it an 8.9.
Oh,
my
dang, son!
Gosh.
Yeah,
Hashtag lit.
it's
8.9?
It's one of my top movies.
How is that up against Inception or The Dark Knight?
I said Dark Knight and Die Hard are just
So
up there.
that's-
Just
I
with
guess.
45.7 out of 60.
Dark
Wait, what
Knight
would
is
you
an
give
example
Dark
of the
Knight?
film
That's
where I
a
think
movie test score.
I think
45.
Dark Knight is
No.
an example of a film
No.
that you could give it a really great rating or a
See,
really
Dark
poor rating.
Knight
6
deserves a
of the
9.2.
Should be
All right,
given
we're
for
going off
Joker.
topic. Thank you guys
What's your
for
impression from The
watching.
Dark Knight
Brutal.
from anyone besides that.
comment.
Rate
And subscribe.
and
get
get Geeks certified.
It's pretty lit.